You're up first, huh?
Clarence Hill, All-City DLS. Mike, could you just talk about your emotion when you found out you guys had been eliminated, and what were your thoughts then to the way your team played and never quit, never gave up?
Definitely. I mean, before the game, it was a real punch in the gut, to say the least. Just because of the way the Washington-Philadelphia game went. You just kind of take that moment to sit back and watch, and watch how the guys warmed up, watch the interactions in the locker room, and it wasn't much different than a normal game. So, and then you just want to keep your mind in it too, and stay focused, And I'll tell you, I thought our guys did a hell of a job. I mean, the only thing we really changed was we came into the game, and we have a game management meeting every Friday, and have a plan on the coin toss, and the decision was to defer today, just based off the variables we go through, and then we just said, hey, let's take the ball and let's get up and get going and get this thing started the right way. So, I thought it was good. The offense went out there and got some points on the board, but I just love the way our team plays. I just can't say enough about the locker room. Their pride, their character, their toughness, resiliency, defense. Had to have it with the takeaways there in the fourth quarter. It's remarkable just to see the bounce back. And give Tampa a lot of credit. I have a lot of respect for Todd. That's a hell of a football team. Offensively, we were able to get some points on the board there in the first half, but boy, we just, their run defenses, that was a grind. It was definitely not a bright spot for us, but when teams play to one another, like we have been the past month, you win games, and that's the reality of this league. It's so hard to win a game in this league, but I just can't say enough about the character of our football team, and really was no blink. So I think once we got the game kicked off, we fell into the way we planned on playing, regardless of what happened before we went out there. That's what it felt like.
We saw a video of Jerry hugging you and give you a talk in the locker room. Can you share what he said and just?
That's common. Jerry hugs me all the time. I don't know why it's such a big deal. But it's late. But winning's hard. This is it's a partnership. So yeah, we just talked about the game and. Just what a great effort it was, from the players and coaches, and just how proud he is of the team.
Mike Todd with ESPN. Did you acknowledge before the game what happened with Washington and Philadelphia? Or the players already know?
I did not. I think everybody. I would say just the way people arrived here. I get here early, so and just like I said, I just sat back and watched as people arrived, and there wasn't a whole lot of conversation about it. Probably more one-on-one. It wasn't. I didn't think it was something that needed to be addressed because, frankly, I just wanted to, check it and go. And I just, I made the point for the game. Hey, we just play the way we always play. We've been playing really damn good football this past 4 or 5 weeks. Stack success. Let's grind this thing out. They're playing, just some of the things we talked about this morning in the team meeting. So, yeah, like I said, the only thing I changed was taking the football. That was the only adjustment we made.
Nick Vigil having to come in and play for Kendricks.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's practiced much at all during the season for you.
No, just the schedule he's on. He's in the rehab group. But I just think it shows you where he is as a football player. Very cerebral, but man, so instinctive. He's been super impressive, just as you stated. Wednesday was in season or a winter schedule Wednesday. So, but yeah, he doesn't do the heavy day because of what he's dealing with. So, very impressive performance tonight.
Solid use of the athletic. Mike, Cooper Rush, no turnovers, threw the ball to completed eight different receivers, threw the ball downfield, short, everything. Did you feel like this was maybe his best game of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be honest with you. Just coming into the game through the game plan, process with Brian Schottenheimer and the assistant coaches, we felt that he was going to have to play well. It was going to be very important for him to play well because of the pressure and just the overload schemes, and they stack it up against you in the run game, and they challenge you to throw it, and so try to stay, true to the runs. It was ugly at times, but we were able to get some green grass throws off. Frankly, I wish I probably would have called more of them, but I thought we had a couple blitz, particularly there those last 2 series in the fourth quarter. We had a couple blitz, adjustments that we didn't convert. That the outcome may have been a little differently for us offensively, but it's football. They're a good team. They've been playing really well. Their last 5 games. And I think I said this in the media session. I think it's one of the better teams that we played this year.
And then midway through the fourth quarter at the Tampa 48, did you consider a field goal there? And what ultimately led you to punt the ball there?
The 48. Yeah. How far would that field goal have been?
Around 60 66, something like that. Yeah.
Well, when you're playing with somebody else's money, you take that kick. So, yeah, but no, that was the right decision. I had a lot of faith in our defense, obviously.
Tommy Yarsh, DallasCowboys.com. Mike, given how the season's gone and the news, obviously players have a couple hours to digest before the game. How much do you appreciate the effort that they showed tonight and still going out and playing hard every snap?
Oh, I mean, I appreciate everything these players do. It's just a continuation and just an example of what they put into it. So I can't say enough about these players. And all NFL players, but especially obviously the men that I have the privilege of working with. What these guys go through every single day is not normal. I mean, they run down the field and run into each other as fast as they can. It's not a normal way to make a living. So I mean, this is a hard game. The emotional part of it's a challenge, and that was a kick in the gut for everybody. The timing wasn't obviously wasn't great for us, but I just think it just shows you the resiliency and resolve of the team. They're really there's a lot of side conversation. I'm not going to say it wasn't talked about, but I thought we warmed up okay, and frankly, I just felt that we're going to have to make our own music tonight. Let's take the ball and let's try to get this thing started. And I thought when the crowd got into it, I would think watching on TV was probably a hell of a game to watch. So I know I enjoyed it.
Edward, or WFA, how impressed are you with how aggressive Mike calls the defenses, given the lack of personnel?
Well, that's why he's here. I mean, that's the man that I was able to compete against all those years, and that's this is how we want to play on defense. So it's tough. And especially when you're trying to take away Mike Evans and those things like that. But once again, he called it strong, and our guys came up with the takeaways. The takeaways won the game. I mean, they were just, and not only did they win the game, the timing of it in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. That's just remarkable the way our guys just went after it and got it done.
Coach, City Staples teaches 10 Sports with the news before the game. Do you feel that something like that lights a fire under your players' butts, or maybe what do you think a reaction is to something like that?
I mean, I don't know about lighting a fire. I mean, it's there's a sense of disappointment that you're, so it's just it's a challenge and discipline to focus. I know I had to do it myself, and I just commend our players and coaches for just staying locked in and going out and getting this win tonight.
Have you seen a player like Cooper Rush really evolve over this season with all the snaps he's been?
I mean, Cooper is so consistent in everything that he does, and I think you're just seeing a man take full advantage of opportunities. And what I love about Cooper is you look at his performance. It's improved every week, and because he's always prepared properly. He's an ace in the quarterback room. As far as getting ready each and every week, even when he wasn't the starter. So now you're getting to see him get the reps. Which is a little harder in winter schedule. You don't get as many reps and so forth. And I think our passing game, was good enough for us to win in that area today. So we just got to get back to running it and throwing it with some balance.
Yeah, one interesting, Gilmer, Mike. In light of all the severe injuries you've had this year, get this win today to have the opportunity to win the last two and still end up with a winning season at 9-8. What does that say about the resiliency of this team?
I like the sound of it. I appreciate it. I hope it's exactly how it ends up. But yeah, I really do. I'm just really focused on beating Philadelphia right now. We got tomorrow's a Tuesday for us coaches, so we got to get in there and get that plan together and bring the players in on Tuesday. So because it's a Wednesday for them. Yeah. But yes, I mean these are division games too. That's the beauty of playing Philadelphia and Washington at the end. I mean, I love that the schedule ends up like this. I think it was a great thing the league's done, and they're obviously playing for something else that we're playing for. But end of the day, we have every intention of going to Philadelphia to win.
Two things. The fact that Philly and Washington played an early game kind of help you get over it. It'd be different with a 3 o'clock game. The early game, you can deal with the emotions and get over it and get reset again. You think that may have helped?
I didn't really analyze it that well. I mean, disappointment's disappointment whether you had 3 hours or 1 hour.
I guess what I'm saying, you had time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably fair. Yeah.
We talk about, Cooper with Jordan Lewis and CeeDee Lamb, and they exemplified not quitting and not giving up and the plays they made tonight.
I mean, Jordan, just, you think about the injury he had, just to come back from that and the way he's played the last 2 years. And, I mean, it's, that's probably the biggest moment, or clearly the biggest play of the year. His interception that was huge. That was a huge play, and so proud of him. CeeDee just fighting to get back in there, and just tells you about him. Because obviously we were in and out, and trying to get back to some things because we had some, we felt like he was going to have some opportunities today, and we were able to get him out there on a couple of them. So, but yeah, I just think it shows you who they are. And I think everybody says, oh, the coach is always talking highly of the locker room. Well, this is what I'm talking about. This when I talk about it's a great locker room. This is the definition of it. This is what a great locker room looks like. And it's it's a mixture of men from all over the country, all over the world, and different personalities, obviously, and circumstances that we've discussed at length already. But when it came time to play, they played their asses off and won. And I can't tell you how proud I am.
Last one, Tom. Mike, you talk about the pride and that you feel for your players and your coaches, but what do you think that their fight and resiliency says about you and the job that you've done?
I don't know. It's, I just, like I said, I'm proud that everybody stayed the course, and I think it's just this is how we roll. So, Merry Christmas. I'm not going to see you guys, huh? Are we up tomorrow?
Yeah, we're up tomorrow.
Oh shoot! All right. Merry Christmas.
Hey there, my friend. Let's face it, this season has been a roller coaster for us Cowboys fans. Just when we thought we were still in the fight, the Commanders took down the Eagles and officially knocked us out of the playoffs. That was a gut punch, wasn't it? But you know what? The team didn't fold. They went out there against the Buccaneers and gave it everything, pulling off a hard-fought 26-20 for win. Mike McCarthy called it a testament to the team's resiliency, and Jerry Jones, he couldn't stop, praising the effort, saying the guys played like they were in a Super Bowl showdown. So here's my question to you. Do you think this team has the heart to bounce back stronger next season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. No, moments like CeeDee Lamb's performance last Sunday remind us why we love this team. Playing through a lingering shoulder injury, he took a brutal hit on that 52-yard catch, something that would have sidelined most players. But what did Lamb do? He got right back in, spinning out of tackles and setting up Zeke's touchdown. That's pure dedication. And how about your Dan Lewis? His fourth quarter interception wasn't just skill, it was heart. Chasing down a rookie wide receiver stride for stride and stripping the ball in the end zone? Plays like that show this team isn't about quitting, no matter the record. Now, here's something to think about. Which player do you believe showed the most heart this season? Cast your vote in the comments. Lamb, Lewis, or someone else entirely? Let's celebrate the players who leave it all on the field. Let's talk about Micah Parsons. This guy is something else. While some teams might ease up after being eliminated, Parsons sees things differently. He's fired up about playing spoiler for other teams. He said it himself, they've got everything to lose. We've got nothing to lose. That's the kind of fire you want in a leader, isn't it? And next week, it's the Eagles, the same Eagles who handed us that brutal 30-2-6 loss earlier this season. Parsons and the team are heading to Philly with a chip on their shoulders, ready to flip the script. Imagine the satisfaction of messing up their playoff seeding. But here's where I need you. How do you feel about this villain role? Do you love it, or do you think the team should focus on rebuilding for next season? Let me know in the comments, and let's see where the fan base stands. We're not done yet, there's more to unpack about Parsons' future with the Cowboys. Stick around. Alright, let's shift gears a bit and talk about Micah Parsons' future with the Cowboys. You've probably heard the buzz. Parsons recently mentioned that money isn't his main priority. He wants to be on a winning team. That's music to any fan's ears, right? But let's be real, when it comes to big contracts, things can get complicated. The Cowboys front office, though, seems thrilled. Stephen Jones said they want to get ahead of the deal and keep Parsons right. Here in Dallas, imagine losing a player like him. It'd be a huge blow on and off the field. But with both sides eager to make it work, it feels like just a matter of time before Parsons locks in a long-term deal. Here's a question for you. If you were in the front office, would you prioritize Parsons' deal over other big contracts? Or do you think the team needs to balance the budget across the roster? Share your take in the comments. I can't wait to see where you stand. The future looks bright, but there's still one more chapter to wrap it all up. Don't go anywhere. So here we are. The season didn't go as planned, but the fight this team showed gives us hope. With Micah Parsons likely staying for the long haul, the future of this franchise feels more secure. Combine that with players like Lamb and Lewis giving it their all, and you can't help but feel a spark of optimism. Now, let me ask you, what do you think the Cowboys' biggest focus should be this offseason? Draft picks, free agents, coaching adjustments? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your blueprint for a better 2025 season. And hey, if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's tackle the offseason together.